Hi, my name is Nick Bates, and I'm a deacon in the ELCA and serve as director of the Hunger Network in Ohio, an ecumenical ELCA state public policy office. I was in college in 2004 when Facebook first hit the scene. And since that time, I've used Facebook and Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and other social media sites as part of our advocacy campaigns because they are effective tools for many of us to get our message out to a large group of people very quickly. The problem with social media and the internet in general is that it is very easy for people to intentionally create misinformation through images and articles. These misleading messages pollute the stream of ideas and make it even harder for accurate information to get out there. As the body of Christ, we need to promote good information online and in the physical world. So when you're online, how can you spot a post that is fake news or misinformation? Here are a few ideas to figure it out. Number one, when is it from? Misleading information will often not have a published by date on it, or it will use outdated information in its sources so that the content can be generic enough and shared over and over again. Number two, who created the content? Look past your friend or family member who posted it or shared the content and look at the original publisher. TV stations, newspapers, well-known authors or researchers, organizations that you follow are likely to be more credible than a digital platform that was set up only a few days or a few months ago. If you can't figure out the original creator, it probably shouldn't be trusted. Number three, does the headline match the article? Is the headline accompanied by information that backs it up, or is it more of an inflammatory headline designed to evoke a strong emotional response? Number four, does it link to other reliable sources? Even if you have never heard of a specific organization or blogger, the information might still be valid. Look at the content. Does it link to other credible sources that are verifiable and trustworthy? So, a true story. I wrote a blog once about the need for $500 million of new investment to address a backlog in state park routine maintenance. About a year and a half after I wrote this blog, another organization quoted my blog in their writing. And then the governor quoted that information from them. How do I know this? Well, the Columbus Dispatch, our local newspaper, wanted to fact check that number of a $500 million backlog in routine maintenance. Well, luckily, I was able to go back to this article a year and a half later, click on the link, and find the data source for my information. Luckily, this happened. The governor was able to get his $500 million of new spending in our parks and made our Ohio's parks even greater than they were before. And number five, the final tip I recommend for folks is to Google it. See if you can find another organization or institution that confirms the data and information in the original Facebook or Twitter or social media post. When you come across an article or an image that contains misinformation, the number one thing to do, don't engage it. Because even negative comments about a post make Facebook and Twitter think it's an engaging post. So instead, take a screenshot of it. Block the content creator. Send a private message to your friend or family member letting them know that they shared false information. And finally, report it as fake or misleading to the platform like Facebook or Twitter. Because the reality is misleading information online builds on our emotions, stereotypes, and assumptions that we make every day. To get to the root of the problem of misinformation, we have to address the prejudices, the stereotypes that exist in our world that all the online content stems from. We have to be direct when somebody says something grounded in stereotypes in our congregations and in our families. Say things like, I don't see it that way, and give your reasons why. Your personal story and experiences matter in this situation. If we aren't diligent with challenging misinformation in our personal lives, it's going to make its way into public policy. For example, in Ohio recently, during a committee hearing, a witness tried to stick a key to her face to prove misinformation was truth about vaccines. Unsurprisingly, it fell off, but the anti-vaccine misinformation continues to run rampant throughout our state house.